Hello everyone, and welcome to the Wonder of Star Wars The Old Republic, episode number 37. For those of you who are joining us for the very first time, this is part of an ongoing series. If you'd like to jump back to the earliest hidden episodes, there's a link in the description of this video. For those of you who follow along every week, welcome back everyone. We are going to be continuing on Tatooine. And I ran back to the Tatooine base and I noticed there's a heroic we either missed or only very recently became available. So let's go check that out.
How fortunate, my lord. You grace me with your presence just as the Empire needs your talents most. These generators once provided power to most of Mos Eisley. The Empire needs them reactivated, but the Jawas are getting in my way. They built these machines when they controlled the town. Now that I'm converting their inane tech for Imperial use, the Jawas won't hand over the special power cores I require.
What's so special about those power cores?
It's custom Jawa technology. I tried trading for them, but the runts refused. They claim they're being used to power droids, some kind of defense against the exchange. Likely excuse. The Empire can't tolerate insubordination. Perhaps you could massacre their camp, destroy their droids, and bring their power cores to me for the glory and defense of the Empire.
It's about time someone put the fear of Sith in the Jawas.
Indeed, my lord. Remind them of your supremacy. The Jawas set up their defenses outside of town. I'll show you.
Sometimes I wonder when Javiik's traveling on a ship and he has downtime, if he practices those kinds of lines in the mirror, because he's not a very domineering Sith. He's fairly young as far as things go. He doesn't really have the same... He's got a lot of impatience that I'm sure will one day lead to the true dark side, but he doesn't... I hear a datacron. I hear it. He doesn't have the same bloodlust. Oh, I can hear it, but I don't know how to get to it. Ah! This is infuriating. It's like, I think it's up top there somehow. Or is it just in here somewhere? Nope. Oh my gosh! Hidden datacron! Oh, that's crazy. I could hear it, but I have absolutely no idea how to get to it. Or maybe I'm just going crazy? Oh, there! Oh, I can almost see it. Oh, right over here! Here, I wish I could click it from there. Oh, I really wonder how you get up there. It doesn't look like there's any easy way. Maybe you can drop down from the cliff up there? Oh gosh. That's a complicated one. I don't think you can get up here. Oh, I'm super intrigued about this datacron. I am not even entirely sure that I have... Oh, I see. You can come along up here. Oh, and I'll have to make this horrible jump right here. This is a whole mission and a half. I think this is what we're going to be spending quite a bit of time on today. Oh, it just goes and goes and goes. I think it goes up and around up here. Not entirely sure. Well, while I look around and try to find my way up to this datacron, I'll tell you a little bit about the news for Star Wars The Old Republic. Oh, it just goes and goes and goes. I'll never find the entrance. Oh my gosh. Last week I talked a lot about the PvP, player versus player, warzone changes and matchmaking changes that the developers of the game wanted to make. Oh, somebody wants to attack my face. Maybe it's for that quest that I gave up on last week. They have taken a lot of feedback for these, which is awesome. It's always nice to see that sometimes they will ask for feedback but not actually seem to use any of it. It seems that they're really taking into account what people are saying and listening to it and making changes accordingly, which is really cool to see. I really appreciate it. I'm sure PvPers appreciate it too. I'm sure players appreciate being listened to. I'm being attacked again. Finish up this quest and maybe people will leave me the heck alone. And so they've made some changes to the hinder things I was talking about before, some changes to lots of the other things that are being talked about in terms of PvP changes. So that's great. If you want to see any of those changes, please search online for the words, "Can I get up here?" No, don't search for that. Search for SWTOR, SWTOR, and then the word dev tracker, DEV, short for developer, and tracker. This little, oh, can I get up here? This is a special webpage that helps track everything that the developers say on the official forums. It kind of collates every single thread they've made and every single answer they've made to other players asking questions, and it sorts them from newest to oldest, so just in general very useful to find info about what's going on in the game. Oh, this is such a cool area. Is this like a crashed ship? I believe so. I don't know how long I want to spend looking for this datacron. I might have to later on Google what is the start point of this datacron. Doesn't help that people are attacking me every 5 seconds. Now, there isn't much else for Star Wars The Old Republic news. We're just kind of waiting for them to decide what they want to make for changes for PvP and looking forward to what they are going to be releasing over the summer. Things like the Rishi Stronghold, which I think is going to be super duper cool. I hope it is. I think it will be. Oh, I wonder if that might be the entrance right over there. Right around here somewhere. It kind of looks like you can do this. Oh, I don't know if I can make that next jump there. Sorry, buddy, for interrupting your little snooze. Okay. With my jumping skills, I don't know. Let's give it a try. Oh no, no, no. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to say that this is definitely the entrance. Oh, this is so cool. I absolutely love being able to get on the rooftops. You can do something very similar Republic side, and it's just so cool. It makes me feel like I'm more a part of an actual world if I can get places I'm not supposed to be. I think the next spot is over there. Woohoo! Or of course I could be going totally the wrong direction. Whoever knows. Hoi, hoi, hoi. The next bit of Star Wars news is not about Star Wars The Old Republic. Instead, it is about a different game that is set to be put out in, I believe, the summer of 2019. It is a Star Wars game, and we don't get that many. Oh, shoot. Oh, no, I can jump up on this thing. Nice. Oh, or I can't because I'm bad at jumping. Okay, Javiik. Your speeder match is the thing we need to jump on. That should be a good omen, right? Hoi! There we go. Hoi! Oh no! I don't want to jump on pipe thingies. That's not good luck. Oi, oi, oi! Oh, and it's so cool. There's all these little like platforms and stuff like it would be in a real city. Something that disappointed me was all these doors that weren't real doors, though. Obviously, they're not going to design every single room in every single building, but I just... Oh no! How sad. This Star Wars game is going to be called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It is going to be a single-player game. People were actually speculating that it was going to be a multiplayer game for quite a long time because Star Wars, or rather EA, to be exact, puts out job listings every once in a while when they're looking for new people to work in their studio. Those job listings obviously have requirements so they can try and find people who have worked in the right industries. For example, if they're making a single-player game, they want to hire people who have worked on single-player games. If they're working on MMOs, they want people to join their team who have experience in MMOs because they have very different requirements, very different things you should be experienced with. For example, in an MMO, you need to focus less on the finer tuned things that a single player character game would, and instead focus on the fact that hundreds of thousands of people may be playing your game and really have to think more big picture. So a long time ago, there was a job listing for what sounded like a Star Wars game, I believe, and it was multiplayer. But now, the game has officially been confirmed by, let me look up the exacts, Vince Zampella. He confirmed that it will be a single-player story Star Wars game called Jedi Fallen Order, shipping holiday 2019. So not in summer, later 2019. And this game first got its title at the E3 event that happened very recently. That's E3 2018 for anyone watching this way in the future. Okay, we're gonna make it this time. 1, 2, 3, go! Whoa! Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, woohoo! Oh, this is not where we fell. We fell further up. I wonder if maybe I should get off my speeder. I'm not sure if I can make that next jump without it, though. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Oi! Okay. I'm scared. I don't know. Oh no! That one we'll get off our speeder for. So this game is going to be single player and is going to be set in what was called the Dark Times. Very specifically it will focus a story around a surviving Padawan set shortly after the events of Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. So if you can imagine a game set very shortly, if I remember correctly, after Order 66, and all the Jedi are really on the run. They're wanted criminals. Very, very few, if any, survived the Purge. And some people are wondering if it might focus around Ahsoka Tano. I have no idea. I assume they probably would have said that if that was the case, because Ahsoka Tano is a huge favorite of people. The only worry is, will this game actually come out? I don't have any concrete sources or anything like that, or even any sources at all, but I have heard rumors that the game was in aka development hell and there was a lot of issues with it. But they do have a shipping date, so that is a very good sign, I would assume. Unfortunately, in past E3 events, some other games that were announced never... they didn't have names, so having a name is a good start. They never actually made it out to the public in any form. Like, I believe in past Star Wars E3 events, 2 different other games were announced that never made it. Damn it! I told you I would get off the speeder! I didn't listen to myself. I should have just, instead of listening to my heart and speedering on. I'm gonna give it one more try, and then maybe I will go on with my questing life, since I've told you pretty much all I know about Jedi Fallen Order. I think it's a really, really cool setting. Probably one of my favorite time zones in the new movies. I just really like the idea of the Jedi being on the run. Maybe there being secret Jedi holed up somewhere. It's a really fun time zone to play around with, because the Jedi are no longer this amazing mystical order. They are a bunch of fugitives on the run. And that was probably, I remember when I was younger, I used to have like my own little fan fiction about how I was a little Jedi in the temple, Padawan in the temple, and I survived Anakin's purge of the temple. Spoilers, Anakin kills them all, even the younglings. So if you haven't watched the Star Wars movies, P.S. you should do that. Just a heads up. Oh! Speaking of Star Wars movies, I went and saw Han Solo, so I will tell you the story around that. I was originally, me and my husband had seen not the best press about it, I guess beforehand. We were both very wary of bothering to go. We really don't go to the movies a lot. It's expensive for us. We usually go where we live. Oh, what the hell, man? I got excited about Solo. We'd obviously heard there was a lot of production issues. They basically had to redo huge swaths of it, as 2 of the directors, I believe, were let go, and someone else came in to take up as the director. And I was obviously not impressed by that. That can never be a good sign if everything has to be almost redone from scratch. And it means that whoever was picking the directors in the first place didn't have a good grasp on what they wanted exactly for the movie and what they thought those directors could produce. So really sad that that was the case. I then of course that leads to doubts. Is the next person going to be any better? I'm not a huge director buff. I'm not a huge movie buff. I just go to enjoy them. I have a hard time pointing out what actor is who, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sure some of you could tell me some things or two about the new director. He seems to be a little more well regarded for this specific type of project. Okay, this time I'm not going to just randomly wander off. So not only that, of course, we'd heard lots of people saying that Solo is not going to be good. It's about no one even wants to see a Solo story because it's, don't worry, I won't give any spoilers if you haven't gone and seen it yet. Okay. 1. And this time, off the speeder. Get off. Oh my gosh, we almost didn't make it that time again. Okay, now I just have to not fall, right? There's nothing crazy up ahead. I really hope there's no more jumps. I don't think my poor little heart can take it. Okay. Oh, scoochy. Okay. We're almost there. Oh, I can hear it. Oh, yes! Oh, that's a good datacron. Go get that one yourself if you haven't already. That one's really fun. The starting area is somewhere to the left if you're exiting the entrance. Hey, and we'll get another codex entry. Galactic history, the Third Great Schism. Freed and Nad proved that for the Jedi, the struggle against darkness would be eternal. In the years after Nad's death, a civil war broke out on Coruscant between members of the Jedi Order. The Darksiders responsible were eventually driven from Coruscant to the SWTOR system. These Dark Jedi began exploring their new home and discovered massive ancient machines that spoke of an extraordinary discovery. The SWTOR system appeared to have been artificially constructed. These machines were clearly relics of the long-forgotten architects who had built it. Eager for revenge on the Jedi Order, the Dark Jedi sought to use these machines, including the device they called the Cosmic Turbine, but the machines were far beyond their ability to control. Days into their attempt, a catastrophic accident destroyed the machines, the Dark Jedi, and the entire SWTOR system. Yeah, you know, the usual in Star Wars lore, an entire system gets destroyed. And now I have like this great view of Tatooine. I want to get over there. That looks like a neat little area. Oh my gosh, there's a dewback pen! Just a second. I promise I'll get back to the story and the Solo story as well, but for a second I just need to enjoy this. On my Tatooine home stronghold on my main account, I actually have a little dewback pen like this, except my dewbacks are a little more colorful. These guys are a little more normal sized. Okay. So we also hadn't seen anybody like ranting about how much they loved it online, so we were like, you know what? We'll wait till it comes out on DVD. That way we can watch it at our own leisure. Our family's probably gonna buy the DVD anyway because they like watching Star Wars movies at home. So it's fine. We'll skip this one in the theaters. We just saw one not too long ago at Christmas time. One day we had plans to go do something that day. They kind of got wrecked. So we were like, oh, we have some time. Let's go see Solo. Why not? You know, if we don't see it soon, people are probably going to post spoilers or something and we're going to get spoiled. So might as well see it now before that happens. Oh, I enjoyed it so much. And I will tell you what I enjoyed about it without any spoilers soon.
Tell Reg I can't have any more slip-ups. Wilkes finds out I'm here, it'll be like Roussan all over again.
Yes, Andronicus. Whatever you say.
Go. About time, Sith. This room's feeling a lot like that escape pod. Make me happy. Tell me you found Wilkes.
Casey gave me this datapad.
Good girl, Casey. Good girl. She's bailed me out of more than a few messes. Out of Ether's view, huh? Spineless son of a Hutt is hiding underground.
Wilkes is a dead man.
There's a system of caves on the other side of the abandoned farm settlement. I wager that's what Casey meant.
The sooner I get this done, the better.
Just hold on one moment. I'm going with you.
When I said I meant you too.
Sure you did. Looks like she put something else on this datapad. I think I can crack it. Looks like it's an access code. Something we'll need to get into this hidden HQ, probably.
I'm running out of patience here.
I'm gonna blast
Pure
Wilkes for
Javiik
every
line.
day I spent floating in that escape pod. And then I'm gonna stomp on his bones.
My master, what is this? Would you abandon Kambal, servant of the Great Tulak Horde, for some weak human? Well, let's think about this, actually. In terms of becoming a Sith, Tulak Horde's, assassin, Kambal, is a pretty good choice. In terms of not having the freaking creepiest person in the entire planets that we've been on, probably even creepier than the Emperor himself, in my opinion. I think Kambal, we'll find a nice little box for you to sleep in, and you can sharpen your claws in there.
I need him to find the artifact.
Be wary, I will not easily be forgotten. The bond between us is strong, but it cannot be broken.
I promise this is only for a short time.
I count on you to keep that promise, Master. I will wait at the ship. I'm scared. I'm gonna go back to my ship, and he's gonna eat me. This is the only way this ends. New codex entry. For 5 notorious... Andronicus Revel. For 5 notorious years, the pirate Andronicus Revel terrorized Republic and Imperial space alike as the captain of the Sky Princess. Known for his sharp temper and sharper flying skills, Revel was one of the few pirate captains to serve as his own pilot. His piracy career was cut short by a strange mutiny, however, and he was abandoned to the Imperials, who had been hunting him since he raided a ship carrying valuable artifacts. After a year in Imperial prison, Andronicus Revel was let loose. He has been meticulously hunting and killing the mutineers who betrayed him ever since. Likes, action, keeping promises, complications. He likes complications. Dislikes, authority, betrayal, backing down from a fight. And he is a dual blaster pistol wielder. So, in terms of Javiik and Andronicus Revel getting along, so Javiik likes keeping promises. Javiik does not really like action. He'd rather stay out of things if possible. I can't say he likes complications, but he also dislikes authority. He's not a huge fan of the Sith. He's really not a huge fan of betrayal, though he's lucky not too much bad has happened to him in terms of betrayal. Just, you know, generally bad people. Nobody he likes actually betraying him. And backing down from a fight. Javik's a little iffy on that one. If he has enough patience, he'd happily back down from a fight, but when he loses it, there's gonna be lightning. I don't know if they're gonna be like the bestest of friends, but on my other Sith Inquisitor, my female Sith Inquisitor, I just played her as absolutely crazy Sith insane lady, and that was the best choice due to the voice actor for the female Sith Inquisitor. I found her just delightfully terrifying. Major kudos to the person who did her voice. He did a really good job. But her and him got along just fine. It's probably my favorite romance that a female character can get. Unfortunately, I think the developers knew that a lot of players would play a male character first. Like, more men are more likely to play a male character first, at least to immerse themselves better. And I think they did the female companion romances a lot better. Like, there's a lot more cooler, romanceable female companions, in my opinion.
What's wrong, Hale? I can sense your fear.
Sorry, my lord. I'm remembering that time on Ziost, when I was buried alive.
That's good. Use that fear, Hale.
What?
Let it push you.
That time on Ziost, I was buried
Did you bring
alive.
us the droid mines?
Anyone who's played Ziost, which is one of the later stories, yeah, that's he got buried alive before all that happened, apparently.
I obtained the parts, but it riled up the tribals.
That is of no concern. The Sons of Palawa will not trouble us. I sense we'll do incredible things together. Zerka's discovery is out there somewhere, sending ripples through the Force.
Let's get the vertebrates analyzed, my lord. Keela.
Memory wipe destroyed the old files, but it looks like the Sons of Palawa bought the droids from Jawas.
All right. Guess that makes the Jawas our next lead to the Zerka base.
What's a Jawa?
The Jawas are one of the native species.
That's right.
Primitive masters
Javiik
of
would
machinery.
never come across a Jawa.
They swarm like rats during the trade season, selling droid parts and generators. Then it's back to the desert.
In my dreams, I see one band that remains in the wastes near this city. Find them. I must meditate.
As you say.
You may go.
Show the vertebrates to the Jawas. See if they can't identify the source. They won't have records, but they're clever. Good hunting. Stay hydrated, stay safe, and stay cautious.
Thanks for the advice. It's very funny how Jawas are kind of like almost one of the symbols of Star Wars. Like when I believe it was Kenner was creating the original Star Wars toys, they almost left out the little Jawa, and they were like, no, we need to add it before we show the bigwigs. And they made a little mini Jawa. And if you have Netflix, I would highly recommend the series called The Toys That Made Us. There is specifically a Star Wars toys episode, and it's great. I really liked the Lego one. I like that show a lot. But so apparently in the show, when they were making the little Jawa figure, to make all the figures, they had demos to show who would be paying for them, what they might look like. They melted down previous figurines, so they had to melt down one to make a tiny Jawa. And they didn't have quite the right fabric for the Jawa robe, so the designer used his stinky sock, his brown sock, to show everyone what it might look like. Let's go head over here. We've got 2 quests down there. Awesome. Right, back to Solo. So we decided to go watch it, and oh my gosh, I loved it. Like, I know it has had mixed receptions. Most people I've talked to who actually went and saw it really liked it. Still, I've talked to people who said they don't really want to go at all. Like, maybe they don't like the main actor. Maybe they're still just not sold enough to go on it. Maybe they're a little burnt out because there was just a movie not too long ago. That's okay. Whatever you want to do with your life. But I am super glad that I went and saw it in the theater and saw it before anybody spoiled it. I loved it. I'm probably a more unconventional Star Wars fan. I'm not like this Luke and Leia story, as cool as it is, it's like not my favorite part of Star Wars, I guess. I really like environments, I like all the little details, I like my favorite characters are like 2 background characters from the earlier movies. I thought I could go in this cave. Am I in the right spot? Oh no, I'm not. Around this dude. And this movie really hit the spot for me. I loved so many of the little details. I loved that it was focused on the underworlds of various planets. That's high on my list of things that I enjoy. I enjoyed Lando a lot, and his actor, and I really, really liked the new female character that they introduced. I was kind of annoyed when I heard her mentioned and saw her in the posters, like, oh, they just put in a girl. She's just like a girl smuggler, just so there can be like a female smuggler, you know? She's just like the love interest. Like, you know, she's not Leia. She can't be cool. She's probably gonna be really lame. But nope. Totally not lame, totally has their own character and everything, and backstory and future. She's probably gonna have her own future story too. And I was like, oh, she's Daenerys from Game of Thrones. And Daenerys from Game of Thrones is a very kind of a weak character. Like, not as in she's a weak actor, but her character sometimes is very young, because she's supposed to be like between 13 or 16 or something like that in terms of the books she was based off of. So she's not meant to be this very mature person, though she's gone through a lot in the story. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm in the right area now. Loot power cores and eliminate Jawa forces! Where can I get me some Jawa cores, data cores? Bet you robots have them. Oh, so, I have a mini rant that I'm sure you guys would appreciate. I want to make like a whole movie about it, but I feel like it would be a waste of time and effort, so I'll just rant about it to you guys. My poor family, when we came home, I was yelling about it to my husband, and I think I woke up half the house by accident. If you remember, don't worry, it's not a spoiler. If you remember the movie, there's a scene where there's something about they should go back and steal some of the treasure that was in the room. You know, typical smuggler stuff. And they allude to the fact that there's some gemstones in the room, and there's a very quick shot of these gemstones. It's like these big, gigantic cut gemstones that look like they're $1 billion like diamonds or something. I like was stomping my feet in the chair. I was so mad. So what's actually displayed was most likely number 1 made of glass, is what I would be guessing. The kind of like glass gemstones that you give away as party favors at like a wedding, or you like put on the tables with like flower decorations. And number 2, the gemstones that were being displayed, if they were not magic space crystals, if they were like similar gemstones on Earth, were like really not rare ones. Like, okay, the big clear ones, maybe they're giant diamonds, sure. But the other 2 that were displayed were amethyst, one of the most common colored stones, and it wasn't even like a really beautifully colored one, or even a very particularly rare shaped one. And number 2, the other one was the closest I could guess that it would be is green amethyst, which is a tiny bit rarer, but nothing to write home about. So I went on like a mini gemstone rant. So I wish out of all the details, awesome details in that movie, I wish they had taken 5 seconds to make some like cool looking sparkly space rocks. What's especially crazy is that there's all kinds of really cool technologies out there these days when it comes to enhancing gemstones and making them look like they're out of this world. If you've ever gone to like I don't know exactly where you would get this, maybe a fair or a farmer's market where someone's selling like hippie jewelry or like organic gems jewelry, kind of like metaphysical, spiritual stuff. There's sometimes these type of like, they look like crystals, but they have a really like almost rainbow sheen to them on the outside. They're sometimes called aqua aura quartz, or I forget what the other name for them is, something like aluminum quartz or some type of metallic sounding name. And it's basically essentially a type of a coating, but it's not like painted on, it's like with science involved too, and that's like super cool. And they look like magic crystals. They like literally look like someone managed to trap some force in them or something. So they could have just done that, and it would have been, they're not exactly expensive or anything, but at least they would have been like, oh, they're gonna go steal the magic space crystals instead of the glass wedding ornaments. And that is my official thoughts on Solo, a Star Wars story. But yeah, I liked it. I really am happy that I went to go see it, and I feel really...
Once the generators regain power, the Empire can finally control all of Mosilla. You've performed a great service for us all.
You're welcome. Like these little tables. So basically what I'm getting with it is that I'm feeling very stupid for listening to all the internet hype about the movie and not just like listening to I like Star Wars, let's just go see the Star Wars movie. That's what I should listen to from now on. So next Star Wars movie, we're gonna go for sure. Back to Star Wars The Old Republic news. I do have a little more news to share after we talk to Trade Master Thint. Hey.
Speak to clans. Tell them we move very soon. Quickly.
Jawa, I have parts here from a droid you sold. I need them identified.
Droid parts? Stranger, go home. Go away. Big travel to send. Long summons. Very big distance to travel today. Getting ready to leave soon. Can't trade now.
It seems my tone was too polite.
Reminder, Jawas many here. Outsiders very few. Quick luck. Maybe trade. We'll see. This is old droid. You want to know what it is? How Jawas salvage? Big cost. Skill trade. For droid knowing, help clear path for sandcrawler. Desert dangerous. Jawa lives precious. Moving quickly. Fair trade. Alright, we trade.
I clear your path, and you tell me what I need.
Very glad. Clear path. Help Jawa clans. Return soon. Before long sunset. Shadows grow. Then we give you the droid knowing. No problem, Jawa friend. No problem at all. You guys have a nice little area over here. Hi, Jawa machinist. Aw, you have such a cute little area here. Look at this. This is a instance area, so I wonder if I can get anywhere cool. This beyond the map here doesn't seem to technically exist. Hey, Jawas. Jawa machinist. Back to Star Wars, the Old Republic news. There was a ton, absolute crazy amount of issues when it came to people trying to subscribe or to buy cartel coins over the past week or so, I'd say almost since last Thursday. So if you have been trying to subscribe to the game and have been having issues, or have bought cartel coins and were having issues actually receiving them, if you're having a subscription problem, just log in, see if maybe it's working now. Same with the cartel coins, see if you happen to receive them. If you did already pay and you did not receive these things, you can contact customer support first by making a ticket in-game. If you don't have access to making a ticket in-game, the email you need to email is communitysupport@SWTOR.com. But first do it through in-game. I think you can type. Can I do it? No, I don't have access to it. You can type /bug, I think, and it will get you to the panel. Just make sure to choose the right options when you're there. I touch the button. And it was very kind of crazy, because at first it was just a few people saying, oh, we have issues. And everyone's like, and there's a lot of issues you can have, like, on a normal day. Your credit card could have been declined. Your credit card could have been flagged as banned from past purchases. You could have been having international problems. You could have been having troubles with your Origin account. There is a ton of stuff that can go wrong on a normal day. Most people don't have any issues. It's not too complicated, the system. But there's lots of specific scenarios that could give you trouble. But then more and more people were having issues until it was like this crazy avalanche of everyone in the world almost not being able to get their orders through. So they are trying to resolve them one by one. So if you've contacted customer service at all within the last week and you're like, why the hell are they not answering? That's why they were trying to deal with probably thousands of people having the same issue, and they didn't do a lot of communication for a while. I think it took them a long time to even figure out what was wrong. They said, we're aware of the issue. Then they didn't say anything after that until I think they were able to actually fix it. I think that's pretty standard practice. No news until there's actual news.
I've cleared the path. Your band should be able to travel now.
Yes, we hear a good message from scouts. All in place. Good trade. We give you droid knowing. Droids came from Big Wreck, a very old wreck, lost now. Jawa collectors found it. Kit, Nibbit, and Effa. Wreck was from Stranger's transport module. Big travel in and out of sand. Found droids, bones, salvaged. Good things.
The transport module. What strangers did it belong to?
Big strangers like you. Come. Went to desert. Used transport to travel. Wreck is gone now. Eaten by sand. Stranger's gone too. Don't know where Stranger's gone. Wreck parts already sold, traded, but not this. Take lockbox from Wreck. Very secure. Slightly broken. Maybe you want it?
If it contains the secrets of Zerka, I'll take it.
Good. Very good trade then. Take good, travel fast, pass along sons. Trade Master Think wishes you good. Thanks, Jawa man. So I'm glad they got that fixed, because there was tons of people asking for help on the various channels out there, and everybody was like, I paid and I can't get my subscription. I paid and my cartel coins aren't showing up. Nah. There was literally nothing anybody could do about it until the developers were able to fix whatever issue was causing it.
I don't even know if they said, but what has been cool is now that they have some type of fix, they are being very responsive on the forums too. So if you check the dev tracker that I mentioned earlier, there's just a ton of responses from the community manager to various people instructing them how to check out if it worked or not and how to contact customer service. I forgot how to get back to Mos Eisley. What else is going in Star Wars news? Well, there is officially, as the day I'm making this video, 300 days until Star Wars Celebration Chicago. And I am excited because I am working on something fun. I am going to make some pins, like enamel pins, like lapel pins, the ones you can, like, I don't know, put on a backpack or something, like the nice looking ones. And I'm gonna try and make some Star Wars The Old Republic ones, obviously not to sell. I don't think SWTOR lawyers would appreciate that, but just to give out, because there's like no merchandise for SWTOR out there. So I'm gonna make them, and I was thinking of making like some cool little card backs for them so they look kind of official looking. Well, not official looking, like they look fancy looking. I'm gonna try and put on the back that it says it's fan made. So if you're going to Celebration or you have someone who's going, tell them to find me and get a pin from me. And I like doing things like that. I like making things in general. The other thing I need to get cracking on, probably I'm gonna wait till a little closer to, because 300 days is a lot. I'm gonna make some sort of costume or cosplay. I'm having trouble deciding which. I was thinking an Atris costume would be really cool, like Atris from Knights of the Old Republic 2, and she's a Jedi, one of the last Jedi of her time, and she's got these cool white robes, and she's a Jedi historian. So if you remember, I'm bad with times. I think it's Star Wars Episode 2. So from the prequels, and Obi-Wan goes to the Jedi archives to go find information about some planet, and they're like, it's been erased from the system, or whatever. And it's the little old lady is helping him. It's those robes, I looked them up and I was so excited they're the same type, because I love those archives so much. Maybe I don't love the old lady. Sorry, old lady, I don't even know your name. But they're the same robes but white, so I thought that'd be cool, and then I'd have red hair, and then I would be the same colors as like my avatar, my red and white picture.
Alright, everyone get the equipment packed. Hail, see to the speeders. My lord, it's good to see you. Were you able to make contact with the Jawas?
Yes, I did.
They gave me a lockbox from a Zerka transport.
Looks like a stasis crate.
That's a
the
big
sort
box.
Zerka used to transport samples. Won't be easy to unseal, but we can peek inside. Keela, running through the analysis grid.
On it. We'll keep the sensitivity low. Don't want to pulverize any artifacts inside.
That's Lana, isn't it? Lana's voice actor.
Definitely something in there. Alien device of some sort, roughly spherical, contained in a Zerka energy field. Blasted odd.
What about it is odd?
First pass shows the artifact is over 10,000 years old. Probably distortion. The energy readings are unstable.
Give me a few days to pop it open and we'll run the scan again.
I won't bore you with the science. Lord Silthar's on a pilgrimage and we're getting ready to move to the forward research outpost. But we may need you again soon.
This mission isn't over. I'd like to see it through.
If you're heading to the desert, contact us at the first station out from Mos Eisley. Lord Silthar should have a lead on the Zerka base by then. In the meantime, we've got an artifact to study.
Cool. 10,000-year-old artifact. I remember right, this is a very cool quest chain. I remember very little except that I was like super surprised about what could be at the end. So it looks like we finally finished up this starter area. Where will we be sent out to the other areas of Tatooine next? I think that's probably a good place to cut it off. So I will see you guys all next time. It's really fun to play with you all, and I enjoy hearing from you guys in the comments every week. See you later. Bye.